children everywhere to have opportunities for creative experiences, and that's really important to us. And when people support the theater, either by buying tickets or coming to the Chocolate Crush or making donations, that all helps us to fulfill our mission of making sure that everybody in the community, and we think of our community not just as Ann Arbor, or not just as Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor, or not even just as Southeast Michigan, but our community is all of the children in the state of Michigan. That's our community, and all of Michigan's families have opportunities for these kinds of creative experiences that we think are really nurturing, growing, make a difference in the lives of young people. So we really know that when you help us, when you buy a ticket or make a donation, you really help us to make sure that not just your children, but everybody's children have that opportunity.
You know, I think, and I was probably a person like this too, I would have thought when you go to a show and you pay your tickets, you pay the money for the ticket, that you're supporting the theater and that is paying for the show you're seeing. And I didn't realize until being in the business of Wild Swan that covers such a small part of what it actually costs to do theater. So if we didn't have support, if we didn't have donations, there's no way Wild Swan could exist. It can't exist on earned income, which we do a lot of. When we do workshops, we do shows all year, we tour, we do a ton of work. But if it wasn't for those donations, Wild Swan would not make it. And also because we also have the mission of keeping our prices affordable, so we even charge less than normal theaters would charge. The other thing that I think we both love, and that we are so, we're so committed to, is making sure that the theater we do is accessible to every child and adult. So we have audio description for any of our patrons who are visually impaired. And I think the fact that theater is an experience a blind child can totally have, and the same with having all of our shows be signed with American Sign Language as part of the piece of the show, not on the side or across the hall or something, but right in the picture. That's so important to us too. So we love performing for kids who we know wouldn't probably get theater if it wasn't for Wild Swan. It's a giant.
Flowing around us, the life's blood and breath of our state. Riches to us from booming to bust and then back again. Bound to the Sweetwater Sea, we are the Great Lakes.
I know that as you're watching this video, you're seeing some pretty wonderful music too, and live music is very important to what we do, and having wonderful scores composed for us and hearing first-rate musicians perform the music, and that's another part of the artistry that we think goes into every piece that we create, and that's another part of why the theater making that we do is expensive, but why we're committed to it, because we want children to hear great music and we want them to see the instruments that make the music and not just hear a tape. We think that live music adds something really, really important to the production. So that's another part of the kind of theater making that we're committed to.
And original music that was composed for that show. And I think all of the artists that are supported through the work of Wild Swan is really important too, because we're able to, I think maybe 50, 60 artists in a year have worked with Wild Swan, playwrights, choreographers, composers, actors, interpreters, So I think that's the other thing, that we live in such a great community as Ann Arbor. We have access to amazing talent.
Yeah, and these are artists who earn a good amount of their living from working with Wild Swan. All our artists are paid, and we pay our artists because we want to show respect for their contributions. And we're very proud of that. We're proud that our artists are paid.
Yeah, we're really happy when we look at how much money went out in a year that went directly to people making their living doing art.
Michigan artists are paid by Wild Swan.
We are lucky enough to get to create theater for family audiences. And the pieces we choose, we really believe in what they're saying and believe in telling those stories. But I guess my main thing is that if it wasn't for donations and support, we just couldn't make it. Theater just needs to be part of our lives. We can't let it go. It can't be insignificant. So whatever people can afford, whether it's buying that ticket to come to the show or making a small donation or a large donation, it just by supporting Wild Swan and supporting theater in general, like, we're making the world a better place.
Yeah. Wild Swan operates on a lean budget. We're not extravagant with what we do.
Yeah.
We make our dollars go very far. We've been told by lots of different people who watch how the world of nonprofits work that Wild Swan is a very economical and efficient producer of arts activities, and we've been praised for that. We're proud of that reputation. So we know that we aren't extravagant with the dollars that we have, but nonetheless, even though we're very careful, it's very, very hard to earn enough just from contracts and just from ticket sales to cover the costs of the kind of theater making that we're committed to doing. So we appreciate all the ways that people have of helping us to make this kind of theater making that we are so committed to available to everybody. 35 years we've been doing this, and it's kind of amazing that Sandy and I have been doing this with a fantastic group of collaborating artists, 35 years, and we do appreciate all the support that we have from our wide community of folks like you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you so much.